Pharisees and scribes weren't righteous, but Jesus knew that their heart was not in a place to receive. So Jesus is essentially saying, if you feel so such a way about them that they are sick and unrighteous, do you not understand that they are the ones that are in need of this ministry? When it says that Jesus heard them, it literally means to hear something. Even though they were not talking directly to Jesus and Jesus may have been in a conversation, Jesus was still aware. And as I was talking early in verse 16, if you are given to be a covering over anything, you need to be aware. You need to be listening. You need to be watching and praying and seeing how the enemy might try to make his way into your camp. It says that he heard, and then he says that they that are whole means strong in body. It means, robust in health and in sound mind. He says they don't need a physician. If you're whole, if your body is healthy, you don't need, you're not sick. So here it is. Jesus is really addressing the issue here. He's addressing the issue that their hearts and minds in the wrong place. And the challenge is that the Pharisees, just like Jonah that I talked about earlier in the introduction, and how believers even today can sometimes misunderstand the grace of God. Why is it that we don't understand the breadth of God's grace and we think that somehow some people don't deserve it or need to be marginalized or mistreated in some type of way? You know, but I wanted to point out two things, and I'm pointing this out quickly, and we're moving to the conclusion. You know, the two areas that people can misunderstand God's grace is, number one, who are the recipients of God's grace? Now, God's grace is not exclusive to just the Pharisees, the scribes, or certain Jews or anything like that. It's not exclusive to just the people that we respect. God's grace, get this, is for everybody. 1 Timothy 2:4, it says, who will have all men to be saved and to come into the knowledge of truth. Luke 2:32, it says, a light to lighten the Gentiles and the glory of the people of Israel. Jesus literally is for everybody. Salvation for everybody. God's grace is for everybody. No one is without the opportunity to receive God's grace. And then number two, people sometimes misunderstand how we qualify for God's grace. Now, this is particularly dangerous for people that have been saved some amount of time. Sometimes they think that their works have saved them or somehow have made them righteous. We lose sight of that after we've been walking with God for a time.